The United States and China are in a trade war, an economic battle making global headlines. Instead of armies, they're using tariffs, extra taxes on imported goods. Tariffs make foreign products more expensive, hoping people buy more local goods. But often, it just means higher prices for everyone. This standoff began when the US took a tougher stance on China, claiming unfair trade practices and job losses at home. China disagrees, saying the US is trying to hold it back and using tariffs to bully them. As both sides add more tariffs, costs rise and businesses struggle. It's a tug-of-war between two economic giants, with the whole world watching to see who will give in first. Former President Donald Trump, who is actually running for president again, is a big reason for this ongoing trade war between the United States and China. Trump has always been outspoken about his views on international trade, and he's made it clear that he believes the US has been getting the short end of the stick for years. He argues that China has been taking advantage of the United States, not just by selling more goods to Americans than the US sells to China, but also by using unfair trade practices, stealing intellectual property, and manipulating currency to benefit their own economy. Trump's solution to this problem was to take bold action. He imposed a series of tariffs, basically extra taxes, on a wide range of Chinese goods coming into the United States. The idea was to make Chinese products more expensive for American consumers and businesses, so they would be more likely to buy American-made goods instead. This move was meant to level the playing field and force China to negotiate fairer trade deals. Some of these tariffs were quite significant. For example, Trump put some pretty big tariffs on Chinese goods coming into the United States, targeting everything from electronics and machinery to clothing and toys. These tariffs affected hundreds of billions of dollars worth of products, making it much more expensive for American companies to import goods from China. One of the most eye-catching tariffs was a 125% tariff on certain Chinese imports. That's a huge increase. Imagine buying something for $100 and then having to pay an extra $125 just in taxes. This kind of tariff can double or even triple the price of imported goods, making them much less attractive to buyers in the US. For businesses that rely on imported materials or products from China, these tariffs meant higher costs and tough decisions. Some companies tried to pass those extra costs on to customers, while others looked for new suppliers in different countries, or even considered moving their manufacturing back to the United States. In addition to the general trade tariffs, Trump also put a 20% tariff on certain goods from China because of the dangerous drug fentanyl. Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid that has been linked to a surge in overdose deaths across America, and the US government says much of it is produced in China and smuggled into the country. The United States has accused China of not doing enough to stop the flow of fentanyl and its ingredients into America. This crisis has devastated families and communities, and the tariffs were partly intended to pressure China to crack down on the illegal drug trade. According to Trump, these tariffs are all about protecting American jobs and businesses. He says that by making it more expensive to import goods from China, companies will have more incentive to hire American workers and invest in US factories. Supporters of the tariffs argue that this could help revive industries that have struggled or even disappeared because of foreign competition. Ultimately, Trump's goal is to encourage companies to make things in the United States instead of buying them from China. He wants to see more products with Made in USA labels, more American workers on the job, and a stronger, more self-reliant economy. Whether or not these tariffs will achieve those goals is still up for debate, but there's no doubt they've had a major impact on global trade and the relationship between the world's two largest economies. China is not happy about these tariffs and, well, they're fighting back. They've put their own tariffs on American goods, also as high as 125%. So now, American products are more expensive in China. China is also using other ways to put pressure on the United States. For example, they've put limits on selling rare earth minerals to America. These minerals are super important for making electronics like smartphones and computers. China says the United States is being unfair and that these actions are hurting the global economy. They've promised to take even more action if the United States doesn't back down. So, what does this trade war mean for regular people? It's not just something that affects politicians or big companies, it hits home for all of us, every time we go shopping or try to buy the things we need. Whether you're picking up groceries for your family, shopping for new clothes, or looking for the latest gadgets, the effects of the trade war are everywhere. The most noticeable impact is higher prices. Suddenly, everyday items seem to cost more than they used to, and it's not just your imagination. Tariffs, basically extra taxes on goods from other countries, are making things more expensive for everyone. Because of these tariffs, many of the things you buy at the store are more expensive, from clothes and shoes to electronics and even basic groceries. It doesn't matter if you're shopping for a new phone, a pair of jeans, or just some apples. Prices are going up across the board. The impact stretches across almost every aisle. Clothing, electronics, and food are all affected, making it harder for families to stick to their budgets. But it's not just about paying more. The trade war is also causing problems with getting products onto store shelves in the first place. Sometimes when you go shopping, you might notice that certain items are missing or that shelves look emptier than usual. That's because some businesses are having a hard time getting the supplies they need from China. Factories might be waiting on parts, or stores might be waiting for shipments that are delayed or canceled altogether. This can lead to shortages, which means fewer choices for shoppers. You might not find your favorite brand, or you might have to settle for something else. And when there's less to choose from, prices can go even higher. For many families, this means making tough decisions about what to buy and what to leave behind. Think about it like this. If your favorite toy comes from China, it might cost more now because of the tariffs. Parents might have to say no to things they could afford before, and kids might have to wait longer for that special gift. Or, the store might not even have it in stock anymore because they can't get it from China. The trade war isn't just a headline. It's something that's changing the way we shop and live every single day. This trade war isn't just hurting the United States and China, it's actually causing problems for the whole world. Businesses around the globe depend on trade between these two countries. One sign of trouble is the price of gold. Gold is seen as a safe investment during uncertain times. As the trade war continues, more people are buying gold, which is driving up its price to record highs. Another sign is the warnings from experts. Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, the central bank of the United States, has said the trade war could hurt the global economy. Leaders from both the United States and China have spoken out about the trade war. President Trump has said, "The ball is in China's court," suggesting they need to make changes to their trade practices. China, on the other hand, has accused the United States of starting the trade war and using it to hold back China's growth. They have said they are willing to talk, but they will not be bullied. Despite these statements, the future of the trade war is uncertain. Both sides seem dug in, and it's honestly unclear if or when they will be able to find a solution. It's hard to say what will happen next in this trade war. It could continue for a long time, or it could end soon. Both sides are feeling the pressure, but neither wants to back down. If the trade war continues, it could mean even higher prices for consumers, more problems for businesses, and a slowdown in the global economy. However, if the United States and China can find a way to work together, it would be good news for everyone. Trade wars are bad for business, and finding a peaceful solution is really the best way to help the global economy grow.